It's June 20th, and the strange side of history awaits. Today, we have a village emptied in a single night, a secret oath that helped ignite a revolution, and an invention that let messages travel farther than voices ever could. Let's begin. On June 20th, 1631, a quiet Irish village woke to the strange sounds coming from the sea. Baltimore in West Cork was a small coastal settlement of fishermen, families, and English settlers. But before dawn, dark ships slipped towards its shore. They were the Barbary pirates and the Ottoman corsairs, commanded by the Dutch renegade named Jan Soon, who had converted to Islam. According to the story, they did not arrive by accident. The raiders had been guided there by an Irish fisherman named Hackett, who had been captured earlier and allegedly led them to Baltimore in exchange for his own freedom. The village was taken. Men, women, and children were dragged from their homes. A total of 107 people vanished from the coast that morning. They were carried across the Atlantic and Mediterranean to North Africa, where many were sold into slavery. Back in Ireland, Baltimore was left stunned, broken, and half empty. There was outrage and demands for rescue, but no rescue came. The village, stolen from the edge of Ireland, became one of the most haunting pirate raids in history. On June 20th, 1789, the French Revolution began with something as simple as a locked door. France was drowning in debt, the monarchy was weakening, and the common people, known as the Third Estate, had been called in to help solve a crisis they did not create. They represented France, but under the old system, they still could be outvoted by the clergy and the nobility. So they made a dangerous declaration. They were no longer the Third Estate, they were the National Assembly, and they arrived at their meeting hall and found the doors shut. To many of them, it looked like a royal trap. Had King Louis XVI decided to silence them? Afraid they were about to be dissolved, hundreds of deputies moved to the nearby indoor tennis court. The room was plain, crowded, and tense. But inside, something enormous happened. 560 men raised their hands and swore they would not separate until France had a constitution, and it became known as the Tennis Court Oath. No crown had granted them power, they claimed it from the nation itself. Do you think that King Louis XVI realized in that moment that locking that door had made everything worse? On June 20th, 1840, that day, Samuel F. B. Morse was granted a United States patent for his electronic telegraph system, a machine that could send pulses through a wire and turn distances into something almost meaningless. Before this, messages would take days, weeks, and months to arrive, but now a warning, a confession, a death notice, or a secret could travel miles in minutes. At first, the telegraph was meant to leave marks on moving strips of paper. Long and short signals appeared like strange scratches from an invisible hand. But operators soon discovered something eerie. They did not need to read the marks, they could hear the message. The pauses had meanings. Dashes and dots became a silent, hidden language. Morse's code would later evolve, becoming simpler and more universal as telegraph lines spread across the world. Eventually, the same idea would carry one of the most famous distress signals ever sent, SOS. 3 dots, 3 dashes, 3 dots. Another day, another strange bite from history. Like, comment, and subscribe. Your next eerie dose is just a day away.